Another card wall video. Dr. James Beckett, Sports Card Insights. I've got to do video when I'm thinking about showing cards. I can't just do audio. But here's one that's interesting to me. I was a big wrestling fan back in the day. Parkhurst Wrestling, Vern Gagne. They had lots of world champions, but he, I think, truly was. And I would say wrestling, I don't know that it was the third biggest sport in Canada, but I think always hockey was number one. It's possible baseball in the eyes of collectors, but I think Parkhurst and wrestling was ahead of CFL, and by production quantities back in the 50s, I think that's true. So a couple of great sets for Parkhurst Wrestling, and sponsors always try to do that. Again, this is alphabetical, so we're going from Gagne to finishing up with Eddie George. Joe Garagiola, met him. This his personal card, personalized to me. He was pretty close to my dad's age, and very nice man like my dad. He was Yogi Berra's best friend growing up. They were both catchers. Yogi could hit quite well. Joe, not as much. 52 tops to show that he had regular cards. Again, always see him with a smile. That's the way I always saw him as well. Kevin Garnett is next in the alphabetical order. We've got several here to pick from that I'll just put through, and you can see them as well as I can. These are some really good cards. And some good grades too in some cases, but some of these inserts, depending on the medium on what they're printed on, sometimes the grading is tough. This is the Warp Tech version, and I think that of the ones I've shown so far, that's probably what I would pick, except what I'm putting on my wall, what I've had on my wall is the Kevin Garnett high school card from the Illinois State Tournament. That's a cool card. I tried to pick up all those things when they first came out, cataloged them. Here's Gasol, Upper Deck rookie, and another Upper Deck rookie. As I've said before, when there's more than one series, sometimes the earlier one will show him in street clothes or when he's being signed, and then later in the year when they've got him in uniform. So first series, second series. To me, I think the better card is the first card, is the earliest card. But when the earliest card doesn't have him in uniform, that pushes it. So I think the hobby kind of decides. There's two rookie cards here. Steve Garvey running for Senate, and we'll see how he does on that. But 71 tops his rookie card. It's autographed. And if he does become a senator, maybe this card will be a little bit more, or gets in the Hall of Fame. Again, a really solid player. Lou Gehrig, this was my dad's card. I was hearing on Mike Moynihan's podcast that Lou Gehrig really only has 5 or 6 cards from when he was playing during his career. The U.S. Caramel and the DeLong, which actually that might be a candy card, but candy and gum, DeLong, U.S. Caramel, 234 Goudies that are beautiful and distinct, and 233 Goudies that are exactly the same pose. Next, right is Charlie Gehringer. This is a 1. This is a very tough card, the R308 Tattoo Orbits. These are self-developing cards. If you put them in the sun, they don't bake, it bleaches out. It needs to have some level of light to draw out the picture, and then if it's too much, I guess it fades. But that's a very rare card in any condition. You don't ever really find them. They're different sizes, too, of the ones I have. Charlie Gehringer, nice pose as a batter up. And this is what I did have on the wall, even though it's a beautiful signature. They don't sign like they used to. But the card's just not that tough. And his signature's really not that tough either. I'm going to probably put the tattoo orbit on there and monitor and make sure it's not being further sun bleached. This is Bernie Jeffrion. He's not going to make it. I just don't have a personal connection to him. I do remember watching him play. On the other hand, George Gervin, really loved watching him play. The Dallas Chaparrals became the San Antonio Spurs, but now they're the rivals of the Mavs. But Gervin was so smooth, so I'm going to keep him up there. And then I passed over Eddie George. This is a Fleer certified autograph, which is pretty tough. And then just as an end, so that probably will go up there for a while, though Eddie George, even though he was a Cowboy for a tiny bit. And this is a $1,996 phone card. Can you imagine even making, it was just long distance phone calls really were a thing back 25, 30 years ago. Not so much now. I think that'd be a lifetime supply of phone minutes for most people. So thanks, everybody. That's another 6 minutes or so from Vern Gagne to Eddie George. So I'll be back again with another episode, working my way through the alphabet. Appreciate your patience, and see you later.